Helpful for life.
We specifically wanted to talk about pasta sauce because we think it is a great thing to grow with your cooking abilities. It brings to mind something a French-American chef told me one time, and that is to pick a single dish and start by making it with cheap pre-made ingredients. Then, gradually over time, upgrade each of those parts of that dish by buying better ingredients or making parts of it from scratch. For example, start with a box of dried pasta, a jar of pasta sauce, and then mix in some cheap ground beef. Then, amp up your sauce a little bit by adding in some extra seasonings and maybe some sauteed onions and garlic. After that, start with some canned tomatoes and make the sauce completely from scratch. Then use some fresh tomatoes. Then, try buying some higher quality ground beef and maybe even mixing in some lamb or some pork. Lastly, you can make the pasta from scratch. And you can make this evolution over time. It doesn't have to be all at once. It could be weeks, months, or even years. But at the end of this, you will have your own signature dish that you developed from scratch. It's a great way to amp up your cooking game. Another way you can jazz up that jarred red sauce is to add in some cream cheese. It adds a creamy tanginess that's just amazing. Some other ideas are to mix that jar of red sauce with a jar of Alfredo sauce, or maybe some Alfredo sauce with a jar of pesto. Get creative, the possibilities are endless. So, how do you make a tomato sauce from scratch? Well, here's a simple method for you. Cook a pound of ground beef in a pan, then remove the beef. If you have a lot of fat in there, you may want to drain a little bit, but you definitely want to leave some. Then, saute some onions in that delicious juices. After those have reduced a little bit, add in some freshly minced garlic. Then, let all that mingle in there for a little bit and get a little brown. After that, dump in a can of crushed tomatoes and use your spatula to kind of squish it a little bit. Optionally, if you want to make this a meat sauce, add your meat back in. Set the heat to low and cover. Let that bad boy simmer for as long as you can. Some people let it go all day. Not only will it make those flavors come together more and make it taste even more delicious, it will make your place smell really good. Bada bing, bada boom. You now made your own tomato sauce. Alfredo, carbonara, vodka, marsala. There's all kinds of pasta sauces out there. Just go online, look up a recipe, and give it a try. I think you'd be surprised just what all you can make.